Hello, my name is Zahin Zaima. I'll be taking over the role of government whip today. Now, coming back to the points at hand, the point that the leader of opposition had come up with were that these girls, these naive girls, will be taken advantage of by first the agency because they're in for financial benefits, of course, and they will be looking for a way to feed them lies and feed these naive girls with lies and false hope so they can get them married to these rich perverted men who will take physical, sexual and mental advantage of these naive girls. Now, the point that the deputy leader of the opposition had come up with were these girls are not exactly optionless because they will have many other options in their own country because they are living in a developing country. Therefore, there is industrialization going on. Therefore, there will be many upcoming work opportunities. And the second point that the deputy leader of opposition had come up with was that they will be mentally and physically abused by the partner because the partner will have the upper hand since the guy is buying the woman. Therefore, he will have an upper hand. There is an imbalance in the relationship. Therefore, she will be easily manipulated and easily handled, coerced by the husband. Right now, first of all, I'd like to very much oppose to the fact that these women are being bought. Because these women are not being bought. These women are being these women are just getting into an arranged marriage. Arranged marriage is not buying a girl. We're not talking about sex slavery here, which is another whole different topic. What we are saying is that there are agencies where the guy goes and pays like every other dating sites, right? Like Friend Finder or Match.com or whatever that's out there. They're just paying the medium money to find them, to show them different options of women who they can get married to. And the similar is also being done to the women. These women who don't have the money to pay the agencies, therefore they are not, but the agencies are in it because they're already getting money from the male clients, right? What they're getting from the female client is that options, what they can show to the male clients, and the female clients are also receiving the same options, right? They are not being forced with a knife and to get married, like this guy likes you and get married right now. That's not being done. They're being given the option that do you want to get married to this guy, because their meetings are arranged to make sure that they are suited to each other. Because if you look what's happening in Ukraine, not everyone or not all of these male or brides are unhappy, and not all men who are getting married to these Ukrainian women are perverted. People can have different choices, right? I can like a Ukrainian man doesn't make me a pervert. I can like exotic man doesn't make me pervert, right? Just because a guy is getting into an arranged marriage, just because of the fact that the guy had to pay an agency to find him a bride, doesn't necessarily make him a sexual deviant or a sexual predator. Why? Because let's be honest and let's look around at what's happening here in Bangladesh right now, right? About more than half of the marriages are arranged, right? And therefore, more than half of the people who are getting married through matchmakers that the guys have to pay to find them suitable partners, right? Now, if that's happening, what you're saying is that all men who get married through dating sites or through matchmakers, all men who get into arranged marriage are perverts, then you are also saying that half the men in Bangladesh are sexual deviants and half the women who get into arranged marriage in Bangladesh are helpless, naive girls who are being taken advantage of sexually, mentally and physically. That's what you're saying, which I would like to violently oppose to, because I believe that what is happening here is that the girl and the guy, both of them are being given options of looking at girls. Then no one is being forced. The girl especially is not being forced at a knife end to get married to this particular guy who they do not want to get married to. They're in it by their own accord. They have their own choice, and if they want to get married, then why not? Because they have no other option here. What the deputy leader of the opposition had said is that they have options, but if you look at the motion which is given today, it clearly states that we are talking of 19-year-olds who have no other options, like except the fact that there are upcoming job opportunities that is available in the country, in these developing countries with the industrialization going on and everything. But I'd like to also explain the fact that there are not enough options for all the girls that are single and jobless out there, right? Because if there were, there won't be any girl left there sitting and not having a job or any education opportunity, right? We are talking about girls We are talking about, in this motion, we are talking about those girls who don't have an option. We are talking about those girls who don't have the financial means or back up from the state to pursue further education, who have no education and who have no option for job, who don't have the financial means to survive. We are talking about those girls, and what can those girls do? Yes, I can justify the fact that those girls will obviously be trying to live it, to find a way to survive. And what other options do they have to survive? If they don't have that, what other options do they have to survive? Because in developing countries, we live in a patriarchal society, right? So what will happen to them? They will get married, get into arranged marriages in this country. And if you're saying that all men who get into arranged marriages are perverts, then you're also saying that by staying here, they will also be getting married to perverts, right? So what is the better option? I do not understand that. Sorry. Coming back to the matter at hand, what I was saying is that just because a girl is getting married through an agency doesn't make her naive, doesn't make the fact that she is being forced, or the guy who's getting married through this agency doesn't necessarily mean that he is perverted. Just because he has a certain criteria, or he wants a certain exotic girl, doesn't necessarily mean that he's some sexual deviant. He can like anybody, right? If people have choices, people have preferences, doesn't make them deviants, doesn't make them sexual predators. All right. Now, what I understand is the fact that yes, I understand your point is that yes, there are cases where these girls are being taken advantage of. When you look at the bad side, yes, there are bad side, but there are many girls out there who are happily married to these men from developed countries who give them a better life. And I understand the fact that you have found a flaw in the system, but the system itself is not flawed per se. I understand the fact that there are illegal ways that these agencies will take advantage of these girls, right? But what my deputy prime minister was trying to say is that if there is a government interference from both the parties, from the developing government and the government of the underdeveloping country, there won't be that problem. There is a problem, but the problem in the system, but the system itself is not bad, because if you have that option, when you enforce those laws to make sure that these girls will be properly taken care of, these girls will have proper agreements, and these agreements will be upheld properly, then there won't be any problem, right? Because if these marriages are being properly sanctioned by the government, and the government is responsible of what is going on in these marriages, then there won't be a problem of abuse. All right. And what is the advantage that the governments will have out of this marriage? Number one, they are not being able to provide for these girls who might get into these criminal activities due to unavailable options. They will first have a reduction in poverty level, they will have a reduction in crime rate, and they will also have financial benefits. They will also be establishing an international relationship with a developing country. Therefore, they will have many advantages why the governments would like to interfere and help out this system, where the girls will have an option. Because in the version what we are dealing with are girls who don't have any options, who are just awaiting an impending doom. And these girls, if they have an option for a better life in a country where they will have better education, the opportunity of a better education, of getting a job, then why not, right? Thank you very much.